How's it going? This is Gaming Tutor Guy, and today we're going to be looking at Warframe. We are dealing with Volt, and I had a couple people in the game so far ask me about my loadout. I call them the static Volt because the whole idea is to leave everything, or at least as much, on the map as far as range is concerned, left static for a certain period of time, and then you can do what you want to from there. But let's get into this build. So obviously we're using Volt Prime. The weapon I use is Sobek. Dex Fierce, I don't really use those too much. And then the Cronin, I really like these because I can interrupt my melee moves and things like that. You know, I could do a spin attack and then jump, you know, it's not like I'm stuck in anyway, let's get into the actual loadout itself. So with Volt Prime, the whole idea with Volt Prime is that in this priority, what you're going to be dealing with is you're going to be doing range and then duration and then strength in that order. And then before I get into the details of that, let me just show you the specs. So as you can see, his ability radius, not huge, you know, it's only 9.4. The damage, as you can see, is really low, 315. It still is very effective, and I still really hit high on the charts. The duration is 18 seconds, which is nice. Because they stay for 18 seconds, that should give you roughly enough time to do what you have to do before you have to pop it again. Health doesn't really matter, power duration doesn't matter, but the range being 47, you know, that's a really good range for, I mean, I could give him more range, but, you know, I just kind of want to even it out as much as I possibly can. And because duration is relatively high, you can still use electric shield. I thought that was really nice. Same thing with speed. Speed duration is good, and then he's able to affect, you know, his team. As far as speed is concerned, it does affect your reload speed, but not really a big deal. Shock I never use, so that's that. Onto the loadout. So what we're doing is, of course, energy siphon. The whole reason behind energy siphon is, of course, you want your power management because you're going to be using it all the time. Rush, just so I can move throughout the wherever I need to go as fast as possible without necessarily having to hit speed. Of course, we're dealing with prime flow. We're dealing with prime continuity. Streamline for efficiency. You need to have your defense because you might be taking hits, but you just want to stay alive. We're dealing with a Warframe. I do need to form him one more time to get the rest of redirection done, but you know, you see where that's going. Intensify, that's, you know, just to help out with the strength, so it's not just crowd control. It's more than that, you know, things like that. Overextend it just to increase that range a little bit more, and then of course we're doing a reduction on strength because he's a crowd control Volt, and then we're doing stretch, you know, for that extended. And as you can see, his range is 235, his efficiency is 130, duration is 155, his strength is only 70%, but being 70%, you know, I think it's still really effective. As you guys can see the numbers right there. Sobek, here's the spec on the Sobek. I call this the well, actually configuration B is more what it is. This is actually his, I call it the Elmer Fudd. Let me get back in there so you get the red numbers out the way. So you got Hell's Chamber, of course, and then Prime Point Blank. Literally just got this done today. Tactical Pump, so you can reload a little bit quicker. You can do this with the Bore Prime too, if you would like. I think the Bore Prime has a shorter reload speed, but that's your preference. Of course, we want the magazine higher as much as we can, only because we're not using the mutation mod. Which I really don't have to use the mutation mod for the most part, just to be honest with you. And then what we're doing is we're doing two different elementals. We're doing corrosive, and it's your choice, but I do corrosive and blast for, let's say, Draco. And then when I'm doing towers, you know, I do radiation and viral. And then if I'm dealing with infested, then I do gas and magnetic, as you can see. So the top are the main ones, and then the bottom are the elementals. And as you can see, he's doing a whole lot of elemental damage depending on whichever one I need to run. And for the most part, everything is a one-shot. As far as Dex Fierce, that's your, you know, it's up to you. Some people like to use the Lex Prime, Sonic Core, you know, Vasto, whatever you want to use right there. Me personally, I use the Cronin as far as my weapons. Some people like Nakana Prime. It's going to be pretty much the same thing for these. You might have some Prime mods like Prime Pressure Point or Prime Fury or Prime Reach or something like that. You know, you might have to form it a couple more times if you want to get up that high. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same thing. You know, we got our elemental mods at the bottom, and then we have our Fury, Pressure Point, Reach, and then Rendering Strike. Slash really helps. That helps increase the damage. If I was to remove that, then the damage itself would actually go down. and then Gemini Cross. Don't really use it, but Gemini Cross I really just use to extend the capacity. And then of course, as you can see, you know, I have my blast and corrosion, and I have my gas and magnetic. You know, it's just per situation. So since this is a Draco loadout, this is what we're looking at. Let's go back in here and change this. All right, cool. It's corrosion. This is corrosion. All right, cool. But yeah, for the most part, that is pretty much it. But the big key to his thing, just to show, oh, you probably shouldn't see that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the big key to his thing is this right here. So you do want to have this unlocked. You got to do the second dream quest. This gets you your Tenno, which is the human being sitting right there. Made it a lady, kind of resembles as close to my girlfriend as I possibly could. She swears it doesn't look like her. It really doesn't, but it's okay. Anyway, what we're getting into is you want to do Zenuric, and the reason why is because you're going to be using power predominantly, like pretty much all the time. You're going to want energy overflow. This is going to cost you a lot of focus. It's going to cost you 50 focus just to unlock it, and then it's going to cost 50,000 focus to unlock, 75,000 focus to get to level 1, 112 to get to level 2, and then, or is it 112 or 112.50 or 112.500? So it's going to cost you 112 and 500 to get to level 2, and then it's going to cost you 150,000 to get to level 3, which will give you the 4 seconds. And the same thing right here. As you can see, I'm still working on the Void Pulse Mastery, but really at the end of the day, that's really all you need for the most part to get this static Volt going. You can really add any other passives if you want and work on those, or you know, you can add whatever you want, but for the most part, that's really all you need. This one is going to be your main one because you're going to need power, and as you're going to see here shortly, I'm going to be doing a Draco run just to kind of show you guys what this Volt really can do and how it plays and how effective it is. Anyway, sorry I'm moving super quick. If there's any questions about how this works, go ahead and leave a comment in the description, or in the description. Sorry, I'm moving kind of quick, but go ahead and leave a comment down below. And as always, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope I helped anybody out. If you want me to go into a little bit more detail about the mods and what they do very specifically and why they're in their order and how many formats you need and all that, and or if you have any questions, just let me know, and then you know, I'll be sure to help you out or shoot another video around it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take it easy.
Still holding. For the Tenno. Tower lost. Message decoded. Leave none alive. Clear out the remaining enemy forces. The enemy have deployed fierce reinforcements. Are you willing to stay and decode more messages? Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also disrupted